Oh, sweet Jesus, sorry guys, it took me so long there. This is a 1v1 game that I had. Was obviously, I like this map, this is quite an interesting map, obviously, that I play on. I do enjoy playing on it. So, this guy was a good player, one thing I will definitely say. Really enjoyed this game. See how obviously it plays out, who actually is the winner. I don't usually mind like recording my losses or recording my wins. It's always enjoy it, regardless of the game. As long as it's a good player, I'll happily record a loss. So wasn't very doing very well. I don't think with unit wise anyway, just losing units left, right, centre. See my dead bodies, to be honest with you, on the floor. 3 to 5 basically. I definitely would always say machine gunner in this position is always quite a good hand. This guy obviously knows where to place his machine gunners, but then also know where to place mine as well. Quite a good weak spot there as well, but obviously if you get like an ET grenade in there, that spot's gone. Usually I prefer to put them up here, so that means I've got just control of this part here, so and then they can also fire up here as well, which is just my preference anyway. So this guy was definitely good with the micro. Obviously both of us were making sure we're moving our guys about. I was making sure I actually turned this guy around and started shooting at these guys. I was like, no, don't die. But then he got his back killed. I couldn't believe that. The grenade jumped over him and then he got killed. I was like, no. I haven't been doing many recordings, guys. I've just been pretty busy, so just obviously try to make sure I am keeping on top of my recordings. So this guy was actually kicking my ass, like full on kicking my ass. So my worry was he was going to start getting units, around the back of me here, because I know obviously it's going to start becoming a problem. This guy's micro is just, pretty good, like, so I want to, definitely take it away from him. He was obviously making sure he was using the grenades constantly. Same with myself, I wouldn't disagree, I certainly was as well. Putting my machine gunners in really good positions and making sure that, they're doing what they can do for me. It's a really good game. Obviously I managed to get 2 of the points back, which was good. So I've turned it down now. At one point I had 0, and now he's got 0, and I've got at least control of 2. And if I can get control of a third, I'll be pretty chuffed. So I was definitely trying to make sure I put my heavy machine gun, because that heavy machine gunner, man, just in this position, get rid of that wall, man. It's just such a good position. So I was kind of watching what I was doing with this guy, because obviously I knew at some point you're bringing an ET gunner. So I was just making sure I wasn't like being stupid with him. I was just trying to get rid of some of these boxes. And I think I ended up getting these AT riflemen. So I was actually pretty chuffed at that. I just accidentally shot at that. Well, I didn't accidentally shot. I actually shot at the box. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, because I was aiming at this basic section up here. So, because obviously his aim was in range. So, so it wasn't farshing or any of that shit. I did see him. I retreated him like as soon as I could. So. So obviously he was retaking his position back up here for me again. He was really pushing on this left, and I was getting kind of a little bit scared that he was doing this to me. And I didn't want units getting pushed up around the back of me, so... You know, I definitely wouldn't say I, made this game light for him. You know, I made sure that he worked for it. Let's just have a quick peek at the stats. Yeah, I mean, okay, we're on par with infantry kills now, which is pretty good. Obviously, he's way higher in score than me, so... I didn't want to shoot at him just in case I shot at this guy here. And then I tried to shoot through the wall, but I wasn't really winning. Oh no, I ended up getting through the wall, so yeah, so it was pretty good. So I ended up bringing in shock infantry squad, because obviously I realised he had quite a lot of like units around it. A couple of flame units, and I thought, oh, probably quite useful. So I was quite lucky I actually missed that shot. But then what I was trying to do is I was trying to move him in a better position. I should have actually just drove him forward. I don't know why I never, but one of these things. So. So just try to get the rest of the guys that were here. Kept getting fucking caught and shit. I don't know what killed him there. An explosion. It must have been this guy. Well, I don't know even what killed him, to be honest with you. So I really tried to take this position back again. Obviously this guy really liked his guys with grenades and shit, so... Just like him, I was trying to make sure I micro constantly and, move my infantry about, so... I really enjoyed this 1v1. I was just trying to get rid of the last guy they had here, so... So that was pretty big. I actually just thought this was I didn't realise that was TNT. So when I realised it was TNT, it was a bit too late. So he finally then got up at this position now. Obviously he realised it's quite a good position to get up here. I think he had taken his own. Fuck knows how he survived that, but he did. So I brought in a Key V1. I have done this before, I brought in a Key V1 and I've won it. Like random games, I've just fucking brought in a tank. The guys are not using tanks, or they're not using enough personal vehicles or anything like that. So I brought in like a tank and see what I could do with it, and it can work. Sometimes it won't. Just depends. So this is just one of those games. I decided to bring in a tank and try and see what I can fuck with him. So he was using a lot of special units, which is one thing I noticed. I mean, he had a lot more money than me. And he had 500. You know, I had practically nothing. But then I did bring in a tank, so I still had 10 full 10 special units as well. So I was kind of shit myself, obviously, when he cleared all my guys out here, because I was like, oh fuck, I don't know where these guys are going to turn up. So all these guys just literally got wasted. I was trying to get them in cover, but as you can see, the kind of cover didn't really plan out very well. So I just more or less just tried to get my tank over here to try and support the infantry that was here, because I kind of knew it was alright. So I shit myself for this tank. I was like, fuck that round bounced off the tank. So I was just trying to make sure I got rid of all the infantry that was in here, because I was kind of shitting myself that infantry was going to start popping up behind me, and this is obviously where it can become a bit of a problem. Fuck knows what happened there. Must have been my tank, I think. Yeah. Fucking losing these guys like left, right, and centre, man. I didn't realise I lost another one that quick. Like, I was just trying to stop him from basically tagging this, and it means that I could get more victory points, basically, to try and win. But then he cleared me off this one as well. When I realised that they obviously had a lot of infantry over here, I thought, well, fuck it, I'll bring my KV-1. So I made sure, like, obviously, using a KV-1, I was making sure it's constantly moving it. You know, it's quite important, obviously, when you're bringing in tanks, that you are moving them. You know, supporting them on different parts of the game. Obviously, you kind of really want to avoid anything that can kill it, basically. Don't really want to rush in or keep it too close to the front line. Kind of really want to keep it behind your own line, but enough where it can basically be an issue for them as well. So I ended up TNTing this bit just to get rid of everything that was there. I was trying to more or less kill everything that was pretty much here, and fucking every grenade, everything I was just chucking was fucking missing, so I wasn't particularly happy. So I thought he was actually going to push here, but he surprised me, he didn't. So I just tried to make sure I got some more infantry in here just to guard this area. Just double checking to see what this guy's got, so just being curious. So. He's got 705. That's good. So I know he was trying to get another grenade launcher, well, rocket guy into my unit. So obviously I knew to make sure I would try and support infantry more front part and keep the tank basically here and not here, obviously because it would be a bit easier to kill it. Because I knew he had a lot of, obviously he was relying on me spending a lot of money on basically big things, and him just using infantry, and just trying to sneak units up behind me and kill me. Is basically the way I kind of saw it, the way he was trying to do to me. So I was just trying to obviously make sure I wasn't bringing in my big shit and wasn't going to get just absolutely murdered left, right, and centre. So. She was definitely pushing on me again. This in the centre point. So I was just trying to chuck grenades, what grenades I had, see if I could kill a lot of the guys. I had some TNT, also tried to chuck some TNT in. Got some really good lucky with some grenades and stuff there as well, so I don't think he was paying attention at this point. So I really just didn't like the fact that this infantry just wouldn't die. It was kind of infuriating, to be honest with you. So he was definitely really trying to push back up on here again and try to kill everything that I had in this area. So I was just trying to make sure I was chucking grenades again, left, right, and centre. I was just trying to stop him from getting this, and I control it. I think I was just a wee bit unlucky losing all that infantry there. Should have probably tried to chuck some more grenades. I think some of them had some grenades on them, so I really didn't want to use any more of this infantry to push into this area. Just obviously because I could potentially let units in behind me, so I just thought I'll keep the units back here and I'll get some more reinforcements in a minute. You know, at the end of the day, I've got a really good clear part and points, so I know I'm doing alright. So 74 to 17 basically. So I was quite happy I finally got him as well. I'm just being curious just to see how many points he's got left. So yeah. So he's definitely calling in a lot of units. You know, he's obviously called in the sniper and stuff as well. So once I realised that this was about to become a problem that he was doing, pushing into the centre part here again. So annoying when they do that and they'll get down, but whatever. I'm a great believer, make sure you like really position your machine gunners pretty well. They can really be a lifesaver in this game. So at least I managed to get this position back again, so he wasn't fully dominating me. So I realised he actually had quite a few bits of infantry in there, and I thought probably the best thing to do at the moment is get a flamer in there, try and burn it. I was pretty happy the amount of infantry I actually got in there to recap this middle part again. I think I ended up getting this guy down, and I think at some point I was trying to get him just to that TNT dropped back, unlucky man. So I ended up bringing him a tank. I was just trying to shoot away these positions here and trying to get rid of that sniper that I realised he was shooting as well. And I got pretty lucky and I ended up getting quite a good shot on him. Ended up getting a good shot on that guy as well. I think he was trying to get his body and try and get the some of the stuff out of it. So this guy was like relying on a lot of like heavy troops, like the SNFL troops. That's what he was mostly just calling in. Obviously the special troops. I mean, don't get me wrong, I was kind of relying on some of them as well. Obviously elite troops and stuff like that. Not the ones that he was calling in, but almost to some kind of extent I was anyway. So I mean he's still spending a fair bit of money, so at this point here I was like, oh fuck. I was like, that's a lot of infantry that's pushing him around by the back of me right now. So I was trying to get reinforcements up here, ACP. Tried to rebase the position as Flamer. Was it in a better position? And I managed to get some units there. I was quite lucky how many units actually kind of got there. But I knew I was still in a bit of trouble. Obviously just because I knew they were going to try and aim for my tank at this point. And I was aiming for this guy here because he was trying to get my Flamer. I knew that was going to be a bit of a problem. So I was just trying to like re-secure this position back again. As I said, I knew I had kind of like quite far in points wise, so I knew I could kind of like fight this position back and push him back out of it. I was also trying to decap this position as well. Yeah, so at least them are on par and 1-on-1. Obviously to stop them getting any more points through. So a lot of dead bodies are on mine. Don't know why I just kept sending a lot of my troops to there into the meat grinder. I think I was just in a bit of panic because obviously what I was doing, I really couldn't see. Fuck, he just killed there, man. I think it was these guys. Yeah, it was these guys that got killed. Yeah, it was some of these guys that got down, got killed in here. So I'm pretty happy that obviously I've managed to get him out of this position. So I was just trying to like re-secure this third point again. I thought, fuck it, just start shooting my tank into this section here with HE rounds. So knows what I was trying to do there. I probably really should have I should have probably structured my units a little bit better there. Just obviously watching this, I don't know why I just never really used the tank and tried to position some units here and more here. So I think I did realise, I was like, well, what are you doing? Like, you're wasting units, twat. So I think I ended up just trying to reposition my tank and just try and push this position in a wee bit more again. So just try to use some smoke, just obviously try and give myself a little bit of space. Stop me from trying to shoot home shit. Managed to get that machine gun out, which I was pretty chuffed about, so. Looks like he was. I Had a unit. Yeah, so he's got a unit here, so fucking hell, he's killed quite a lot of my guys. So didn't really want him getting away. Didn't really want this guy coming up behind me, so I knew this was like a bit of a problem. So I was trying to hunt him down and chase him. So. I realised he was going for my KV1. Was in. I was like, no, this is a problem. He's going RPG, and that's a fucking problem. So I was just lucky he missed that first shot, and you know I got him. So I was pretty over the moon over that. Yeah, so he ended up buying a mortar. And he brought a mortar. Heavy type mortar as well. So yeah, I fucked him up there. So he had actually quite a lot of points. Obviously, he's met his max. But as I said, he was calling in a lot of the, SFL, SNLF troops. Obviously, there's 300 per, and I think he's at least got in a good few chunk of them. And obviously, still had quite a lot of this left as well. So I don't know why he wasn't really using that. So. I ended up basically dropping all the bombs down here just to try and kill the infantry there and try to make a push into this position again. See what I can take out. So obviously I brought my KV back over here. Kept trying to obviously kill whatever else he was trying to bring into me, because he was refocused back on the middle again. I think this is when I realised he was trying to push his infantry. I did use a lot of flamers. Fuck knows how that guy fucking killed my guy there. Like there's like 4 flamer guys I've lost, or three there. Fuck knows how he just managed to glitch that and get him to kill that. Like he was on fire. He shouldn't have done that, but whatever. So I ended up trying to move my KV1 again, obviously because I realised that this is a big problem what's going on here. That was TNT. No, it's just a grenade. I was like, no, he's going to get fucked here. My KV1 obviously kind of lost a track there, so I was kind of shit myself a little bit. Because obviously you don't want to be tracked, obviously at this point here. And obviously he's lost a unit guy as well. He's lost an infantryman, so. So I ended up just shooting him a BM1 into his middle section here as well. Absolute fucking amazing shots for myself there, not one fucking kill. Probably should have shot this part here, but whatever. But obviously couldn't see that, so can only see what I could see here. So. So I ended up bringing my own sniper in. Don't know why it took me so long to bring a sniper in, but whatever. So I ended up bringing my own sniper in to see what he could do for me, see what he could kill. So I realised that this was a massive issue. I really didn't want him bringing all these units in, especially on my BM1 as well. So I kept trying to tried to get a couple of them. Got a good few, which I was quite chuffed about. So I got my anti-tank rifleman in this game. Try to see if they could shoot it. Got a good round on the back of it, and then obviously my KV1 got a good shot on it as well. And I was like, no, this fucker's just killing my BM. That is not good. And I knew he obviously started quite a lot of infantry over here, so I knew this was a bit of a big problem. All these units around the back of me. So I ended up bringing in a charge. That's what I ended up deciding just to bring in. But the way I looked at this, to be honest with you guys, is what I've done is I just decided to charge the points instead. Was I thought, well, the way this game's looking, was that I'd probably be better to charge. So I ended up just charging all the points, trying to kill as much infantry along the way. And just obviously I knew I was going to lose a lot of units here, but I felt it was kind of worth it. Just the way the game was looking, I thought this was probably a better idea for myself. I'll just charge all the points, and try and get him down in points. Well, down at flag points anyway, and I just kind of keep progressing further forward with it. So I just tried to make sure I moved as many units as possible. I don't think he really can. I mean, he lost a lot of shit. I don't really think he knew what to do at this point here. I kind of felt anyway. You know, I still had 200 points left. I mean, he had way more than me, but you know, I kind of felt like he got a wee bit lost, and I was just trying to, you know, take out this and take out what he had left, and you can see how much infantry I'd killed, and how many points I'd retaken, and that's all that really kind of mattered. So he was obviously trying to regain control, and I self-destructed that, and also emptied this as well. Emptied all of it. It's quite a good thing to do. If it's behind enemy lines, empty it. Sometimes you're probably not going to get a chance to kill it, so sometimes you just empty it. They can re-ammo it, yeah, fair enough, but at least it'll delay them further and it'll make them have to buy something more. So obviously I knew at this point I might not win this game. Was at this part here, because obviously that charge was really the last thing I had. But I thought keep pushing forward, see what I can do. Make sure I've got obviously infantry, better positions, and I was pretty chuffed when I got my tank repaired. Obviously 22 kills, it's got a lot in this game, and the guy was definitely making use of all his infantry. It's quite close, obviously, coming off of winning, so I thought, fuck it, I'll just take a chance. So I finally got my KV1 repaired. So I was just trying to stop him from like gaining control of this position again. So and I ended up winning. I only won obviously because I was just used a charge really, and the guy wasn't really paying attention, and he kept letting me grab the flags longer than him. I think he definitely would have won this if he had got taken him a tank, because I kind of spent all my money before him. But that's what kind of sometimes what the game is about, is making sure that you hold the position longer than the enemy, and holding it for as long as you can really. Obviously I lost a lot more than him, but I still came out the top, so that's the main thing, guys, and hope you guys enjoy it, and appreciate it for watching. It's for me tonight though.